I just finished a podcast interview, and I've been wanting to come on and talk about the time change that's coming up. But Doc has decided to join us. So here she is. She's very heavy. And I thought, well, I guess she's supposed to be part of this video. So thank you for tuning in and listening in. I'm Alane, Freund, and I'm here to talk to you about being highly sensitive and falling back. Do you live somewhere where you're on daylight savings and you're about to change? It happens at a different time in different places, and some places don't change at all. But in much of the U.S., it's going to happen in just under 2 weeks as I record this. November 4th to 5th, I believe. It's that first weekend of November usually. And we are going to turn our clocks back, spring forward, fall back. So we'll be falling back. This is definitely the easier shift for me, the falling back piece. And, I don't love it because I spend a lot of time outdoors. Let me just get Doc's head in here. I spend a lot of time outdoors, and I like to have that time, the daylight, to be outside doing my horse chores. I wonder about, somebody says you can hear Doc purring, and I can feel her vibrating on my chest. And I wonder how it is for you, this falling back. So I've been thinking a lot about it because I first posted about it during COVID, when I had COVID, and I had so much brain fog, I got it backwards. But this morning, I woke up, as I do most mornings, at 6 a.m. my time, or 0600 for people on the 24-hour calendar. And I thought in my mind, oh, it's really 5 a.m. in the new time. So now I'm going to be getting up really early. As an adult, that's good. I think it's good to get up earlier and get going. Get my exercise and my writing and my meditating and my, I don't know, when I'm doing a perfect morning. Get it all done nice and early and get going out in the world. And it'll be so nice to wake up and not have to wait so long for daylight. So that'll be good. And thinking about, I guess I'm resistant, like I said, to it getting dark so early in the afternoon/evening. And that actually is also good. Because here's the thing, my friends. If you're highly sensitive, you need more downtime. You need to do less. And it's not a bad thing to settle down earlier in the evening. And for sure, this encourages us to do it. Now, you've probably seen on my YouTube channel that I have put out HSP sleep hacks. I have, I think, 7 or 8 videos. They're based on the work of Matthew Walker, and who has a fabulous book, Why We Sleep. And one of the pieces is that we need to be in the daylight as soon after waking up as possible to get out under the sun, even if it's foggy or cloudy or whatever it might be if you don't have direct sunlight. And that we also need to limit our exposure to daylight toward the end of the day. So I really want to encourage you to embrace this change and let it help you slow down. Now, we sensitive people, if we didn't have a great childhood, we're more likely to be challenged by depression and anxiety. And a lot of people tell me that they have seasonal affective disorder. So when the days get shorter and there's less sunlight, they feel more depressive, even if they're not clinically depressed. And that can be a big challenge for highly sensitive people. So I just want to invite you to start to prepare for the time change now by spending more time outdoors moving. That's one of the number one interventions. Whenever there's going to be a big transition in your life, what you need to do is prepare for it by increasing your spiritual practice, your exercise, and your downtime, your solitude, your time that you return to optimal level of arousal. So how can you do that? That's your assignment. I'm going to do another one of these conversations for parents, because I get a lot of questions from parents raising sensitive kids on how to help navigate this. And I'm talking about, everywhere from teens and young adults to little tiny kids. I even have a question to answer from a parent of a 2.5-year-old. So for the adults, that's what this video is. For the adults, right now, do everything you can to improve your health right now. As you move into a new season, and really, it's not officially winter until December 2021, around in there. But there's something about losing daylight savings that makes you feel like it's coming. and yes, it is. So let's say this period between the time change and winter solstice is our prep period. It's that last 6 weeks, the second half of autumn, when we start to really lean into it being autumn and winter coming. And the way you prepare for a big change is to make yourself healthy. So I'd love to hear in the comments, what will you do in the next 2 weeks to prepare for this big transition? How will you make yourself healthier? For me, I am going to exercise so much more outdoors. It's a good time for me to start increasing again because I'm just getting over the having COVID for a couple weeks. And someone has put here in the comments that it's Samhain, and Halloween is also the pagan or Celtic holiday of Samhain, and also the Mexican holiday of Dia de los Muertos, pardon my accent, Day of the Dead. And so how will you also embrace, as we're improving our health, we get to go through this period for the next 2 weeks of this time when many peoples all over the world have a belief that the veil is thin between the living in the here and now and those who have passed on. And so it's a great time, leaning into your spirituality, it's a great time to think about your angels. You can call them whatever you like, but those people and animals who have moved on from your living life and are part of your spiritual connection now. So again, for those of you who just recently signed on, let me just say that I'm on today because we're in the last 2 weeks. In Europe, it doesn't happen at the same time, but we're all moving toward losing daylight savings if we've been living with it. And so I invite you to spend this time around this large transition and this holiday to make yourself as healthy as you can be. So please, please tell me, how will you make yourself the healthiest you? That's what we all need as we move into large transitions. My commitment is I'm going to move outdoors a lot more, exercise a lot more. I have a lot of animals, including this lug that's on my throat and chest right now. It has no intention of moving. She pinned me down, so I decided just to do this video with her since I felt like it would be too rude to move before I have to. And yes, the love of a cat is so special, someone here live is saying. And I see the word sassy in that person's handle, and Sassy was the name of my house cat before this one. She passed on in 2018, so I'll be thinking of her as the veil becomes thin for Samhain and Dia de los Muertos. And this is Doc. So Doc runs energy very wonderfully. She's still working on healing my COVID, I think. So let's do it. Let's get out there and move or meditate more. But mostly, I think, lean into whatever spiritual practices you have. Spirituality is the key to mental health for highly sensitive people. So I invite you to embrace your spirituality. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like a link to my most recent YouTube videos, please just put YouTube in the comments in any post on my grid. Any post you like, including this one if you're seeing it after the recording, and we will send you a link to our most recent video. I'm trying to put content up on YouTube several times a week, and my entire mission in the world is to support the thriving of sensitive people and especially sensitive youth. So let me know how I can help. Sending you all lots of love and many blessings for this most beautiful season of autumn. Alane Friend, signing off. Bye now.